Hi, Mom. Let's make our moms proud. Let's talk about vegetables. I've talked a lot about food etymologies on this channel, and that's because they're fun. Everyone knows food, and food has a history to it, and food words are very specific. They're a very specific type of word, so I think they're fun to talk about. To start, we're going to talk about the vegetable everybody loves the most, potatoes, the unvegetable. Potato is a fairly generic term, mostly referring to starchy tubers like the adorable fingerling potato, the firm red potato, or the conveniently mashable russet. However, the origin of the word potato is in a Carib word from Haiti, batata, which meant sweet potato. This came into Spanish as patata, which was then traded to English and became potato. But not everybody calls it a potato. In French, you say pomme de terre, and in Persian, you say zemini, and both of those happen to mean apple of the earth. You see, apples used to be a lot less sweet and a lot more firm, and that was as recent as the 1800s, so it makes sense why, as potatoes were being traded to the old world, that those languages would associate those two things, apples and potatoes. In German and Russian, they call them kartoffel. And that comes from an Italian word, tartufelo. Oh, I said that wrong. Sorry, let me fix it. Tartufelo, which is from the Latin terra tuber, or lump from the earth. See, tartufelo means like truffle, basically. Just something that comes out of the ground and is a lump. And that's related to our word truffle, which we get through French, but that also comes from the terra tuber. Now let's discuss what used to be my least favorite vegetable, broccoli. Our word broccoli comes from Italian, broccoli. Yeah, I know it's the same word, but I like to make fun of Italian. Which originates from another Italian word, brocco, which means sprout, which ultimately comes from the Latin word broccus, which means sharp. So you can see how like something that's sharp and has a point can be a thing coming out of the ground like this, like a point, like a little shoot, and then that comes to be broccoli. This word is probably of Gallic origin, which makes it a Celtic word instead of an Italic word like other Roman words, which I think is interesting, that there was a word that is preserved from Celtic through Romans. Notice I said broccoli used to be my least favorite vegetable. Right now, my least favorite vegetable is probably canned carrots that come in veg-all, but that's like, I like carrots in most other applications, so I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say the most useless vegetable ever that is only good if you put it in soup, celery. Why would anyone purposefully eat celery? It tastes a little bit like urine to me. Why? It's juicy? Why? I don't want a juicy, fibrous... Celery came to us from the French celeri, which comes from the Latin selenum, which is from the Greek selenon. Ooh, I just finally read that Greek, which meant parsley. Selenon. However, in Middle English, we had a different word for celery, which I'm going to pronounce March, which is from a Proto-Germanic word, marikats, meaning water plant, which brings me to one of the first etymologies I learned and spread around my family, horseradish. Now, if you knew me when I was 16, I was still doing things like I'm doing today. Funny thing about the word da-da-da, you know what I mean? And one of the first ones I did was horseradish. Now, I was peddling that it was related to the German Meerrettich, which means sea radish, and that at some point there was a confusion between mare as in sea and mare as in a horse, like a female mother horse. And that's wrong. Totally wrong. Horse is a holdover from a Middle English word horse, spelled the same, but it means coarse or like tough, which is in reference to, like, horseradishes are big and fibrous and rough. And they're called sea radishes in German because they grow next to the water. The radish part of horseradish comes from a Latin word radix, which just means root in general. What's interesting about these vegetable words is I was looking through each of them trying to find an Indo-European word web, and I just couldn't find enough. These words are so specific to an object, yet the objects themselves, like the vegetables themselves, are from specific places. So it's this weird, like, it comes from old languages, but the meaning of the word has stayed the same and not really changed too much, which I think is interesting. Compared to a lot of the other patterns that we've seen a lot of words that are the same in every Indo-European language, and we've seen a lot of words that the meaning devolves, diverges, and becomes a bunch of different things. This is an interesting middle that kind of breaks my word web format, but that's okay. I think it's interesting. Thank you for watching, Word Nerd. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell to know when I upload, which is every Monday. And thank you for watching, and have a great day.